Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, let me just do this and we're good to go. Okay, does that work? I think so. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. Let's see. Kathy G has been a member for 51 months. Thank you so much for that. 51 months. How is that possible? 51 months. Well, thank you so much for 51 months membership. Knock, knock, knock. Anybody home? I always ask that question myself. Good morning, Deborah, in California, no less. Wow, the Golden State, the world's third or fourth largest economy. Good morning, Church Nelly. I see we caught you on the right side of a pee break. Okay, very good. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, you know what? I got to bring up the slides, don't I? Okay, slides are coming up. Um, um, you know what? Yesterday, I thought that was the day that Megan's new products were coming out. So I sat there like a GD fool waiting to buy something. But yeah, I was a day early and a dollar short. But anyway, I'll be ready this time for sure. Okay. Okay, there we go. Ta-da! The Left Behind Royals. The Left Behind Royals. Okay. So, Prince Harry, walking with the wounded, support those who served. Well, it has been 15 years on. I remember immensely proud. I'm sorry, I remained immensely proud of what these guys accomplished with walking with the wounded. And that, of course, is Prince Harry. So it was actually on April the 16th, 2011, Armed Forces Charity Walking with the Wounded, joined by expedition patron Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, and a team of injured veterans, made history by reaching the geographical North Pole. Now, what a lot of people don't know about that is the North Pole is not a fixed position. Because of the ice flow, there's no solid ground up there, there's just ocean. So you cannot have a fixed North Pole because the ice is going to keep moving. What's left of it, the ice, they say, is starting to thaw. So you can only be at the North Pole for a short period of time before the ice begins to shift further and further away from where the pole was. So I have no idea how deep the ocean is there. But anyway, Harry is the only royal to ever go to the North and South Pole, I think. Is he the only one? I think he is. Let me see. I want to find out right now. How many royals have gone to the North and South Pole? Several members of royal families, primarily the UK and Europe. Okay, notable examples include Prince Harry reaching South Pole in 2013. Uh huh. And Prince Edward visiting in 2000. Who cares about that? But maybe I should have asked the question the only another way. Like, who's the only member of the Windsor family to have gone to both the North and South Pole? Okay, I think it's only Prince Harry then. Yes, Prince Harry is recognized as the only member of the British royal family to have reached both North and South Pole. Aha, there you go. Don't think that William is not taking notes because he is probably incandescent with rage because I'm pretty sure that he wanted to be the first one. The expedition helped to shine a light on the importance of supporting those who served, and it encouraged those who need support to speak up and come forward. Wow. So, yeah, it's been all those years. There is a video. I don't think I'm going to bother with the video. It's only a minute and a half long, but he did have a video chat with the team. And you know what? I think that one of those trips that he took, one of the people who I cannot stand, an actor, you know, the one that played Charles in The Crown, Dominic West, I think is his name. I do believe that he was on one of those expeditions. Yeah, I do not like him. Oh, here we go. He's friends with Charles, that's why. But there's Harry. I'm pretty sure that's the 2011 since he is cleanly shaven. How cool is that? Prince Harry the Adventurer. And there you go. There's the little video chat that he had. Oh, it tells you where they are. Look at there. DOS, Duke of Sussex, California. Oh man, Diana would be so proud of Harry living in California. And there you go. Look at that big grin. It is those kind of moments that has his brother so green with envy. Oh, I'm sorry, incandescent. So that means he's probably red with envy. Harry said, I was honored to join the Walking with the Wounded as expedition patron to the North Pole. In 2011, the veteran marched across the ice, served as a powerful, I'm sorry, the march across the ice served as a powerful reminder of the tenacity and courage of those who serve and who've been injured in the line of duty. 15 years on, I remain immensely proud of what these guys accomplished with WWTW. This incredible expedition helped change public perception at such a crucial time. It shone a light on the importance of supporting those who served, and it encouraged thousands more veterans to speak up and come forward. It's always a privilege to stand alongside the veteran community and to support the vital work of walking with the wounded. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, Montecito, California. I just threw that in there. Montecito, California. And one thing we all know about Montecito, come on, you can say it with me on the count of three. Montecito, there are no leaks. Oh, did I forget to count to three? Anyway, there are no leaks in Montecito. That is why the Sussexes are capable of doing some extraordinary things without the press getting any wind of it. Huh, huh. So handsome. I mean, this kid really makes me proud. Huh? Huh? What an attractive couple. Capable of just about anything and everything. Okay. Anyway, that's enough of me boasting about my kids, our kids, rather. Okay. And let's see, where do we need to go from here? There we go. Oh, I guess I got a soundbite for you early on, don't I? I thought I did this yesterday, but I guess not. So anyway, if I did, you just have to hear it twice. 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 You know, ever since I've had that dental work done, I kind of miss my teeth. I'm starting to sound like what's that? Sylvester? No, not Sylvester. Is it Daffy Duck? The one that says "suffering succotash"? Yes, I'm getting that weird. I need more teeth sound. Let me see here. Okay. All right. I think I got it all queued up.
Safety and the well-being of teens. They'd been briefed on 36 months. They really liked it and wanted to talk further about it. So I was flattered by that. He spoke so openly and she spoke so intelligently as well. And she was so warm and embracing. It was a hug and a kiss goodbye.
Did you kiss her?
It was like
That's
a
not
goodbye.
protocol, mate.
Here's the embarrassing part, Fitz. The conversation carried on with Harry. I don't want to say I said we should exchange numbers, but it was more like we should keep chatting. And I think I had my phone in my hand because I'd been referencing something. And so it looked like I was saying, hey, what's your number? He then signalled his EA or whatever. Can we exchange details over here so we can keep chatting?
And then did you ask me again?
She doesn't get a chance for that. I'll just give her a kiss on the cheek. I've emailed the contact that he gave me and still quiet at this moment. So, yeah, look, it went really well, but I'm just glad I didn't overstep the mark.
Okay. Well, they were talking so fast, but anyway, you know what? I don't know what show that is. But it's an Australian radio show or podcast. And oh gosh, I can just about see the information in the background there. I see something Fitzwilliams, Kathy's, I don't know. Anyway, if you guys recognize those folks, please put the name of it in the chat. Yeah, please add it to the chat because I do not see the name of the podcast. And I just want to make sure I give them credit, but I see is it Fitz woo. Okay. Oh, okay. Fizzy Whippa Kate? Oh my goodness. All right. So that's who they are. That's who they are. Something like that. Let me see if I can find them independent of that. I'm looking at that, but I don't know how you say it. You guys see it too, right? I don't know how you say that. Fitz Whippa something. Oh, I see it right here. Yeah, it is Fitzy, Whippa, and Kate. What the hell is that? Fitzy, Whippa, and Kate. Well, they got something going on there. Anyway, so he talked about meeting the You know what? I'm going to do that again, actually, because whoever uploaded that, the speed was so fast you couldn't hear anything, and I didn't realize that until just now. So You know what? Give me a chance to do that again, so that way we can understand exactly what they're saying. Okay? I just think it's necessary. I hope you don't mind. Because I feel like I'm shortchanging you in some kind of way. So we'll try that again. Whippy and Kate. Whippy. What kind of name is that? Whippy. Fizzy, Whippy, and Kate. Oh, it's Whipper, not Whippy. Whipper. Okay. But yeah, he says some nice things about the Sussexes, and I feel like we ought to hear it in the right way. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try that one more time. Okay, so it's Fitzy, Whipper, and Kate. See, I need a producer. If I had a producer, then I wouldn't have to do all this stuff myself. You know what I mean? I can't afford one, but
liked it and wanted to talk further about it. So I was flattered by that. He spoke so openly and she spoke so intelligently as well. And she was so warm and embracing. It was a hug and a kiss goodbye.
Did you kiss her?
It was like
That's
a
not
goodbye.
protocol, mate.
Here's the embarrassing part, Fitz. The conversation carried on with Harry. I don't want to say I said we should exchange numbers, but it was more like we should keep chatting. And I think I had my phone in my hand because I'd been referencing something. And so it looked like I was saying, hey, what's your number? He then signaled his EA or whatever. Can we exchange details over here so we can keep chatting?
And then did you ask Meghan?
She doesn't get a chance for that. I'll just give her a kiss on the cheek. I've emailed the contact that he gave me and still quiet at this moment. So, yeah, look, it went really well, but I'm just glad I didn't overstep the mark.
you know, one of the things that really pleases me about this whole thing is that I'm pretty sure that some of those people that had said some very shady things about the Sussexes, right? I'm sure some of those people were actually very nice. And I'm not saying that these people were anyway like that, but I'm just saying some of the people that probably were pretty shady to them all of a sudden were being super nice. And it makes me wonder what some of the worst of the like tabloid media people, how would they conduct themselves if they had an opportunity to speak directly to them? Would they be embarrassed by some of the stuff that they said? Would they be emboldened to go even further and say some really disparaging things, or would it be somewhere in between? I wonder about that. I hope they never get a chance to meet the Sussexes because they just don't deserve it. But if this is any indication of what's possible, maybe I'll soften on the idea of it. But it's just very interesting because I'm sure a lot of people were nervous about the Sussexes going to Australia with the idea of how some of the Murdoch media, which of course Australia is the home of Rupert Murdoch. So you have to wonder if they can be treated that well by some of the elements of the media there, would anything ever change in the UK? Makes me wonder. Oh well. Um, okay. Claudette McKenzie, thank you for being here. It was a very successful tour. Yes, it was. Incredibly successful. Let's see. Visiting football club would change a lot of opinions. Oh, the lifesavers, etc. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, it was a very successful tour, and I am just still like blown away by how warm people were. And the part where I think I got a little choked up was when I heard people yelling, "We still love you, Harry. We still love you, Meghan." They just don't deserve to be treated the way that the media has been going after them. And it's like the closer you get to Fleet Street, the worse it is. And, um, I was listening to this one guy say, I think it's the guy that was on GB News. I don't know if he's still on GB News, but the guy I think he used to be a comedian. He wears glasses, blonde hair, glasses, whatever his name is. And he was saying that, let me make sure I get this right. He was saying that Variety magazine or Variety newspaper, well, is it a magazine or newspaper? Anyway, he said Variety is like the industry Bible. And if they turn against you, then you don't stand a chance. But the thing is, we have found out recently that there is someone who owns Billboard, Variety, and quite a few magazines, someone who would rather you did not know that he owned all of these magazines. And so, in order to keep their readership up, they're not so interested in the truth as much as they would prefer to have a good, salacious story. So, you can no longer trust Billboard magazine. You can no longer trust Variety. You can't trust any of those publications. The public is wising up to these multi conglomerate publishing companies, media groups, and you find out quickly that you cannot trust them, which is why they make the information free, because if they tried to sell that crap to you, nobody would want it. So, like the Daily Mail, they have gone to this thing of trying to get you to buy a subscription, and they put the most salacious, the most provocative things behind that paywall, hoping that what is it, like $3 a month or whatever it is, hoping that you will take the bait. Because when it was free, people didn't want it, but they were losing so much money because their readership is way down. They have lost so many people, so many I'm going to say followers, because who knows how many people actually subscribed. But even that has gone south. So put the big stories behind the paywall, roll the dice, and hope someone will want to read that story bad enough that they will pay for that subscription. So that's the only thing that they have right now. is sensationalism, and they have made a fortune. God knows how much money they've made off of the Sussexes. Okay, so Prince Harry sent flowers to Queen Elizabeth's gravesite. While the Duke of Sussex is not publicly marking the 100th anniversary of his grandmother's birth, he did quietly observe the day in his own way. So this is not the first time that Harry has sent flowers. And also, he's gone to visit. I don't remember when that was. Maybe last year before last. Anyway, he's gone to the Windsor Castle, to the St. George Chapel, and then, of course, this gravesite, this tomb, is called the George VI, who was Queen Elizabeth's father, the George VI Chapel. So the Queen herself paid for this back in the 1960s. It has a capacity of 6 human remains, in addition to the ashes of Princess Margaret. Now, Margaret would not have a resting place there in all likelihood because there's only room for 6, right? So she was cremated, and then her ashes were committed to the someplace inside, but down below. And if you look in the back there, you can see that stone resting against the wall. Well, that is Margaret's tombstone. But otherwise, they keep it very simple. They don't put any titles or anything. They just got George VI, Elizabeth, of course, the Queen Mother, and then Elizabeth II and Philip. So Margaret doesn't even have her name on that paving stone. Hers is back there on the wall. And aside from that, this little chapel is about the size of a bathroom. It is literally about the size of a family bathroom, a modest sized bathroom. But yeah, so that is the final resting place. And as I was saying, when people were complaining about the Sussexes were just out to make money, I should remind people that you have to pay to visit the Queen's grave. If you want to visit the St. George Chapel, you can visit the St. George Chapel as long as you pay to visit Windsor Castle. And of course, this is one of my favorite images of Harry and the Queen, who he adored. And of course, we all know that Harry was, as much as he wanted to leave service with the royal family, he refused to do it because he wanted to be available for his grandmother. But that was until his brother attacked him. And of course, the harassment of his wife, he decided, okay, we're out of here. If you're going to bully and harass my wife, I am leaving. So they left. Graham Smith, who loves to troll the royal family, he says, I've written down all the Queen's achievements as head of state. This is the exhaustive and definitive list. Yes, that is a list of Queen Elizabeth's accomplishments in its entirety. He's listed all of the Queen's accomplishments. Now, we reached out to Queen Elizabeth in the Great Beyond for comment. Yes, we have. We've reached out to the Queen for comment. And let me see. I want to make sure. Oh, there it is. This is her reply. Oh, okay. Yes, that's the Queen's reply to Graham Smith's list of her accomplishments. Let's see if the Queen has anything else she might want to add to that. Let me see. Lizzie and the Great Beyond. Do you want to add anything else to Graham Smith's list? Okay. Well, thank you, Your Majesty. And I don't know, if you're reincarnated, you get a chance to try to add some more things to it. Now, let me see. It's got to be something. Oh, she met all but one American president during her lifetime? Oh, no. During her time on the throne, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure she hasn't met Franklin Roosevelt. But yeah, she's met all but one of the American presidents while she was on the throne. Now, that's an accomplishment, right? I don't know how that helps the people of the United Kingdom, but that is some kind of accomplishment. Now, do you guys know that song, In the Mood? Was that Benny Goodman? You know, you guys remember that song? Well, the Sussex squad has had me in tears with laughter because for copyright, I cannot play that song. Oh, it's Glenn Miller, right? Per copyright, I cannot play that song. But let me show you the picture that they had in the background with that song. You want to see it? That's the picture. Now listen, you would be forgiven to mistake this for a retirement community, right? You would be forgiven if you thought that this was a bunch of pensioners. This is actually the royal family, what's left of it. They had the nerves. They had the nerves to post this picture. They had the nerves to post this picture today. It's so sad. It is really so sad. What's that? Church Nelly says, I call this picture a geriatric get together. Okay. Oh man. Oh wow. You know, I never noticed what a perfect lady the Duke of Kent was, but he got those knees locked together, doesn't he? That is very ladylike. Or is he getting so old that he thinks he's the Duchess of Kent instead of the Duke of Kent? Somebody tell him that he is the Duke of Kent and that he doesn't have to lock those knees together. Anyway, if he prefers to keep those knees locked together, that's his thing. Oh, you know, what was the name of that on Golden Girls? Do you guys remember that? On Golden Girls, Does anybody remember the name of the retirement home, Sophia Petrillo? I do. You want to see it? Shady Pines Retirement Home, senior living at its finest, Miami, Florida. Yes, I have the feeling that I'm looking at Shady Pines. Who knows? Maybe they've opened a branch in central London. Yeah, maybe they've opened a branch of Shady Pines in central London. Oh, I should have known that you would know, Church Nelly. Shady Pines. uh, well, they got it reversed. I think the lady sitting on the right, she's the one who needs to lock those knees together. He doesn't have to. My goodness, they're so old, they're reversing their roles. And let's see, you got the old Duke of Gloucester and the Duchess of Gloucester back there. You know who's missing from this photo is Sir Timothy Lawrence. That's who's missing, Sir Timothy Lawrence. Where is where is Princess Anne's husband? Huh? Where's her husband? Where's the old man? He's missing from this photo. Yep, that's the only one that I see missing. He's always at her side. But well, maybe he had a colonoscopy or something like that. Now, as I told you, the Sussex squad has been pretty messy today, and I'm loving it. Now, check this out. Missing you, mom. Missing you, ma'am, as in ham. They had a party today at I believe this is Buckingham Palace. Anyway, they had all of the old folks there. Now, how they selected these people, you may notice that most of the guys are wearing some type of medals on their sports jackets. So that lets you know right there that those are very distinguished people from the community, right? And look at there. Old Pops is copping the feel, ain't he? Do you think that he kind of went overboard with this embrace of Kate Middleton? I think he kind of went just a little bit too far. Either that or maybe he's shocked. You know what I mean? Do you remember that kid story, Hansel and Gretel? Remember the Wicked Witch kept the kids in a cage and she was trying to fatten them up for her stew. And they said that the Wicked Witch had poor eyesight. And so in order to assess whether or not they were plump enough for her stew, she would reach through the cage and grab them to see how plump they were. But because she had poor eyesight, if I remember that story, the kid actually held up an old chicken bone so that she would think that she'd have to keep feeding them. That bought them some time, didn't it? So maybe, just maybe, he's trying to assess whether or not she's plump enough. And so he's just got a little extra grip on her, that's all. But she seems to be very pleased by it. It's kind of like those old days when she used to have her summer job. Remember her summer job she had? The summer job where she met executives from company like Xerox and Volkswagen and all those places. That summer job. And then, of course, it wouldn't be Kate Middleton if she didn't start doing her famous jazz hands. You got to do the jazz hands. And then, of course, the jazz hands is kind of contagious. As you can see, now William is starting to do the jazz hands. You see that? They say if you hang around a person long enough, you start doing the same gestures. So that little tick that she has where she started doing that Fosse, is it Bob Fosse? She started doing that Bob Fosse move with the jazz hands. See there? That's the only way she can articulate things. So William, you know, just by chance, he started doing it too. So not at first he was like a little bit confused by it, like, what is she doing? But without even thinking about it, now he doing it. Yep, you got to do that jazz hand. You got to do those Fosse moves. Yeah. So and then of course, I don't know how she did it, but she's looking so young. See how nice and firm and tight everything is? You see that? Oh, more Fosse. Oh, I'm sorry. She wasn't through yet. Now she's doing some more of that Fosse. Well, I wonder what her secret is for looking so young. Have you ever wondered? What is her secret? How does she look so young? I don't know. Anyway, whatever the secret is, she probably should keep it to herself, right? It's none of our business. Oh, it ain't that much oil in the world. The Exxon Valdez doesn't have that much oil. I'm sorry. There's not that much oil in the world. Oh, man. And of course, you could take a look around the room and you could see all of those distinguished guests that are there. Who knew they would get this up at close? But you know what? Kate's hair looked nice today. It looks nice. It's not too big, although you can still tell that she's wearing some type of extension, but that's okay. She's not going overboard like she usually does. But when she tilts her head like that, you can kind of tell that she's got, I don't know, she's got a little bit of something up there, a little extra added for volume. For volume. Uh-huh. Well, and then there you can see just how young she looks. It's a miracle. I don't know how she does it. So radiant. Mm-hmm. Yes. So radiant. It's a secret. And let's see. What does it say there? Kate cuddles for hero. Kate's cuddle for hero. Uh-huh. Just like that summer job. Oh, man. And look at how she towers over those pensioners. Oh, man. I wonder if this hero isn't speaking to his doctor right now. I wonder if he's on the phone with his doctor trying to change his prescriptions, or at the very least trying to get off that blood pressure medication. You think he's trying to get off that blood pressure medication? If you know, you know. But yeah, do you think he's trying to get off that blood pressure medication? Maybe, right? You know, you blood pressure medication can can you know can cause problems for a pensioner. Also, you guys, Kate is wearing lilac because she wants to honor the queen. She wants to honor the queen, not the queen consort, but the queen, the real queen. And I don't mean Elton John, the Queen, not a queen, the Queen. Let's see. Is her hair combed up from? It kind of looks like it, doesn't it? It kind of looks like it. But yeah, Will and Kate were very touchy-feely and very approachable. But the reason why they're doing all of this is because of Harry and Meghan, with their very successful visit to Australia. They're trying to turn up the charm so that they can be more like the Sussexes. I bet you they weren't even planning to go to this event, but they decided they had to go just to save face. Right? Let me see. Where is that at? I'm trying to. Okay. Nope, not that one. Okay, not that one. I was trying to find one of those images from the from their recent trip, just to show you what I mean by them trying to put on the old charm act. But you guys know already, so I really don't have to do that. But yeah, that's the whole point of it, is they want to try to be more like the Sussexes. Okay. And then, of course, there was the cake, 100th anniversary of Queen Elizabeth's birth back in 1926. Now, William, Catherine, Edward, and Sophie stand together as royal family's new Fab Four. The only thing that they say, well, you know what? I take it back. The only thing that they say more often than the new Fab Four is the royal family's secret weapon. Ever since the Sussexes left, they have been trying to cast the new Fab Four. And if they're not doing that, it's the new secret weapon, the royal family's secret weapon. Move over. I mean, they literally have articles that say, move over Meghan and Harry. Here comes the new Fab Four. Or they'll say that Meghan and Harry aren't the only royals that have Hollywood friends. And whatever they do, they make the article about the Sussexes. They made the Queen's funeral about the Sussexes. The coronation, it was all about the Sussexes. Do they not see the irony of it? Or is that deliberate? Is that the only way they can get attention? Because surely they don't believe that they're any competition. Now, those reptilians known as the Windsors, those reptilian invertebrate creatures known as the Windsors, except for Harry. Take a look there. So again, there's Shady Pines, the pensioners community. And you're going to love this. One of the squatties took a look at that and decided to reimagine it per AI. Ta-da! I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. I'm a Windsor reptilian. Get me out of here. Yes, the Windsor reptilian clan. They are going to be the latest cast members, the latest crew for the upcoming season of I'm a Celebrity. Get me out of here. How cool is that? Who do you think will be the first eliminated? I am going to say that the ultimate survivor in that group, Princess Anne. The first to go, Kate Middleton. Because whatever activities that they have to do, Kate is going to be too lazy to do it. And so they're going to get rid of her first. So the first to go, Kate. The last to go, or should I say the last man standing, Princess Anne, the Princess Royale. Yes, the woman who stared down a loaded revolver on the attempt to kidnap her back in what, the 70s, the 60s? I am going to wager that she will be the last man standing. Prince Philip's favorite son. Let me see. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The British royal family fumbled a generational bag, letting go of Prince Harry and Meghan Sussex. Sad for an institution to crumble before our eyes in real time because they refuse to protect one of their own. A shame. Now, one of the people left a comment after that. They were saying that, but she wasn't one of their own. Well, that is true, but here's the thing. In order to have a successful blending of families, it is very important that you let the new family member know that you're one of us now. And I don't believe that that was ever seriously considered with Meghan, the idea that you're one of us. And so the rot starts at the top. And of course, there's Charles, and then of course there is his mother. But either way, that is where the rot comes from. You know, I'm trying to translate that. I don't know what language that is. To me, it kind of looks like it's Ukrainian. Is that right? Or is that Kazakhstan? Huh, interesting. Oh, it says Princess Meghan, you're good. Keep going. God is with you. Higher forces justify. Okay. Well, thank you very much for that. Okay. Princess Meghan, let's see. Yours good. Keep business, Diana. Angel with you. The angels are with you, I think it says. God is with you. Higher forces justify you. Oh, that is beautiful. Thank you so much for that. Oh, thank you very much. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give you this. Where's the flower machine? Okay. Oh, it's Russian. It's not Ukrainian. It's Russian. Okay. До свидания. What is the other one? Anyway, oh gosh, how do you say it? Niet. That's not it. Oh, I forgot how to say thank you. Let me see. Wow, got someone from Russia watching Royal Sussex. Let me see. Okay. Well, I was trying to pronounce it. I can't get that one though. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. You know, I've always wanted to go to Russia. I wanted to see those subways in Moscow. My dream, my bucket list travel would be St. Petersburg and Moscow. Ever since I was a kid, that has been my dream. The farthest I've gone east has been Prague and Budapest. That's as far as I've gone behind the Iron Curtain. Well, again, the squatties have been out in force today. And according to the squatties, this is the accurate depiction of the Sussexes in comparison to the left behind royals. That is the depiction, the visualization. There you go. Now, you may have heard this. What did you know? What did you know? Yesterday, someone went to Buckingham Palace and they replaced the posters there. They didn't remove them. They just covered them up. They covered them up with something that they found more accurate. Let's see here. Not my king. I'm telling you, I got to get a producer. I would love to have a producer help me with this. Well, thank you, Republic. And then, of course, the Sussex squad took it a little further. The woman I never met paid to the order of the woman I never met, 12 million pounds sterling only. £12 million sterling only. Are you sure that's it? Just 12 million pounds? Yes, 12 million pounds. And it says, the woman I never met. That's what it says. It looks like someone tried to scratch that off of there, but it says, to woman I never met. And it's signed Elizabeth are 12 million pounds sterling only. Paid to the other order of the woman I never met. Got it. How much fun is that? Well, you guys, be careful what you ask for. Charles wanted to be with someone that he could talk to, someone who could sit up and talk about planting petunias for hours at a time. So he wanted to be with a country gal, someone who is more of a country woman, someone who doesn't mind going pheasant hunting and all that kind of stuff. So that's what he got. The Temu Queen. The Temu Queen. I mean, in comparison, you got Queen Elizabeth, regal, resplendent, and then of course Camilla, a big sloppy mess, a big sloppy slouchy mess. God bless you, mama. That's what he said. God bless you, mama. There's also talk about a monument befitting Queen Elizabeth. I don't know. I think that's a bit ostentatious. I don't think that Queen Elizabeth would want anything so fussy as that. I just don't think that that's her style. You know what I mean? That's a bit fussy. Either one of those, too fussy. And then, of course, they thought about how about a bronze image of the Queen and Philip as he is so often photographed with his hands behind his back like that? Huh? I don't know. It looks a little too formal for her and too informal for him. Okay, I get the Queen with the robe, but if you're going to put the Queen in her Order of the Garter uniform, then why not put Philip in the Order of the Garter uniform? I think they should both wear the same uniform. Or that's how it would appear if they were to go with the bronze. It would stand on a huge pedestal like that. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I think that the money should come from a private donation. It should not come from the state. The Queen has had the ultimate free ride in this life. And the lavish lifestyle, that was a memorial enough. We live in a different age. And then, of course, some people would prefer an equestrian statue. Yep. They would prefer an equestrian statue. Now, with the equestrian statues, if the horse has one leg up, then that is an indication that the figure on the horse was injured in battle. And if both legs of the front legs are up, then I think that means that they died in battle. Anyway, there's some kind of way you're supposed to read those equestrian statues. And then, of course, the Sussex squad said, you know what? Why don't we do something a little bit more realistic? How about the Queen at Prince Philip's memorial with her favorite son, the one she cut that $12 million check, a 12 million pound check. How about that, huh? Is that more like it? 12 million pounds. Yeah. You guys, the Sussex squad is so shady. I love it. I love it. Connie Balmer. Hey, Connie Balmer. Oh, man. Should the monarchy end after King Charles? Yes. Yes, that's it. Yes. No debate. Yes. Also, I still want to know what this conversation was about. The Queen of Denmark, Queen Maxima of the Netherlands. What was this about? You know, Hazel Jones planted this in my mind, and now I want to know. Now I want to know. See what the power of suggestion can do. Now I want to know what that conversation. It looks, whatever it is, it looks juicy. That looks like a juicy one. Oh, this is from Robert Jobson. My response to the recent claim against me on here. The foregoing assertion is categorically denied and is demonstrably false. It represents a malicious, distortion, that is, of the truth, disseminated by members of the self-styled Sussex squad. In the course of a sustained campaign of online harassment directed against me, a campaign which has included messages wishing death upon both myself and his late mother. I don't believe that came from a squatty. Adopting the counsel publicly offered by the Duchess of Sussex to those subjected to online abuse of this character. I shall too use my own word. Continue. I wish you a good day. I shall too use her own word. Continue. Anyway, Robert Jobson is of the opinion that he has been harassed by the Sussex squad. I've seen no evidence of that myself. I do know that Robert Jobson said some very strange things about Prince Archie, something to do with the balcony. Do you guys remember that? I remember he said something about dangling Archie over the balcony. So if that's what he's talking about, you see, any outside observer looking at this would think that he's been the victim. But those things that he was saying about Archie, I mean, that really upset a lot of people. The idea of I can't even repeat it. It's just that awful. Sussex Daily says the audacity. Robert Jobson said abhorrent things about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex in an interview using troll language. He didn't expect pushback. He has clearly shown, as most of them do, that he couldn't last a few hours in Meghan's shoes. Fragile and caucastic pos. Oh yeah, piece of caca. That's what they're saying. A caucastic piece of poo. Yes. Anyway, Robert Jobson has really been triggered since the Sussexes have gone to Australia. I just don't understand the hostility. Some people speculate that he is upset because it means that the Royal Rota people are losing money because they're not traveling with Will and Kate. The last time Will and Kate had a proper tour was 2022. That's been 4 years ago since they had a proper royal tour. Now, the trip to Boston, that was on behalf of Earthshot. So that wasn't really a royal tour. So I don't know. I can understand that he feels like something is being taken away from him, but there's no guarantees in this world. He's making money from the books. He's doing all of these appearances. He gets paid when he goes on those talk shows. He's not sitting up there for free. Daily Mail's aggressive reporting on Prince Harry and Meghan irreparably damaged press briefing. This was from the what is it? From the Guardian. Publication broke embargo on confidential briefing. Note about the royal couple's movements 5 days before they arrived in Melbourne for their Australia visit. Now, the derangers, those people who claim they support Will and Kate and the rest of the royal family, even though they do very little to promote the other royals, but they spend most of their days going after the Sussexes for one reason or another. Those people actually give a lot of talking points to people like Robert Jobson. Now, it has been suspected but not confirmed. It is an alleged burner account that the Sussex squad has associated with Robert Jobson. There was also a burner account associated with Richard Eden, as well as a few other royal reporters. The burner account is a secondary Twitter account. And if you're wondering, how do we know that they are using a different account? Well, sometimes you get careless and you will start a conversation, let's say with your burner account, or you will chime in on some criticism of the Sussexes with your burner account. And you're flipping back and forth between those two accounts, right? And then you get careless and you respond as though, let's say, for the sake of conversation, that you are any royal reporter. Let's say you're Richard Fitz nut job, right? Richard Fitz crazy. Any particular royal reporter. So let's say you're Richard Fitz crazy, and you are like trying to have this conversation about the Sussexes on your Richard Fitz crazy account or on your burner account, and you kind of slip and respond to the same thread, right, with your burner account or with your main account. And trust me, based on the pattern of the conversation, gotcha. So I'm not saying that Robert Jobson has a burner account. I don't know that he does have one or that he doesn't have one. But some time ago, there was that speculation. And some time ago, he actually blocked a lot of people from. He's very sensitive, Robert Jobson. Very sensitive. The least bit of trouble, and he's blocking people and he's freezing his account. He can dish it out, but he can't take it. And he's said some nasty things about the Sussexes over the years. And I still say, I cannot find the tweet, but I still remember when there was something going on where the Sussexes were like sailing high above all else in the royal family. And he says, with that gasping and wheezing, searching for his CPAP. What about the bullying claims? Did they ever sort that out? As he gasped in search of his CPAP. Yes, he can be a mean, nasty little piglet. And just like the other day, you heard him when he was saying that the Sussexes wanted an embargo against the newspapers. Now, they can ask for an embargo. You cannot force anyone to follow an embargo. And we know this because the Daily Mail and some other publication, they violated the agreement of the embargo. They violated that. There's nothing that's going to happen because you do that. The Sussexes can't force anyone to do the honorable thing. Obviously not. Which is why the Daily Mail, among others, decided to take advantage of the fact that nothing was going to happen. And Robert Jobson got all worked up, sweating, panting. The poor chair up under him was squeaking. Oh, he was having a fit, honey.
Who do they think they are?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Who do they think they are?
I don't know, Jackie Gleason. You tell us. Who do they think they are?
Who do they think they are?
Did you hear that gasp at the end? You hear him gasping for air?
Who do they think they are?
You hear him gasping for air at the end? Yeah, I used to have a little respect for him, but not anymore. The Daily Mail Australian website broke the embargo by publishing details of the royal couple's movements 5 days before they landed in Melbourne. Despite that information being strictly non-publishable until they arrived, the Mail reported under wraps details about the location of the stops in Melbourne, Sydney, and Cumbria, as well as the background note and a question and answer against the instructions given to media by the royal pairs team. The Guardian has been told that the Sussexes media office complained, resulting in the Daily Mail report being taken down. Sources close to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex also alleged that the Daily Mail followed the advanced security team from the airport and reported on their movements. With fears that the safety of Harry and Meghan was compromised, the Daily Mail has been approached for comment. The breach will have a major impact on the way the couple deal with all media in the future, as it shows the tradition of embargoed information is not respected by some media sources said. The leak meant the leak meant that Harry and Meghan's itinerary had to be changed at the 11th hour, and that the police involvement in their security had to be increased. So, in other words, they put the Sussexes at risk. They unnecessarily put the Sussexes at risk. And he has the nerves to act as though the Sussexes have done something wrong or that their team has done something wrong. He needs to ask the Daily Mail,
who do they think they are? Who do they think they are?
Yeah, he needs to ask the Daily Mail, who do they think they are? They are the ones who violated the embargo. The embargo was put in place to give them a heads up. And it was okay to publish that information, but not until they arrive, not until the agreed upon time or the specified time. Even if they didn't agree upon it, it was specified a particular hour on a particular day that you can release that information. So they had to change their itinerary. And in spite of those changes, it was still a massively successful tour.
Who do they think they are? Who do they think they are? Who do they think they are?
Uh-huh. That's what I'm saying. Who do they think they are? So why can't I bully Meghan in peace? Because you shouldn't. For your information, that person is posting that his photos are that his photos are so he's trying to get some of us banned from Twitter. Be wary. He's really shook that the BBC Radio 5 interview has hit a nerve. Now, I don't know, but I think that's the interview where he spoke about, dangling a child from a balcony. Very irresponsible. Now, and listen, you guys, I don't suspect that he meant anything by that. But in this world that we live in, where there are some people that are incredibly mentally fragile, you don't want to encourage anyone either. That was very irresponsible for him to say stuff like that. Why do they think they are? I'm sorry, well, not why. What am I saying? I'm looking at it very clearly, and you see what it says.
Who do they think they are?
Yes, who do they think they are? Okay. And again, I love this image. I can dish it out, but I can't take it. As you can see, they have a CPAP machine. They have McDonald's wrappers everywhere. Sometimes I look at this and I think I am literally looking at Robert Jobson. It really captures his spirit. Now, I don't know if I shared this one or not, but if I have or haven't, let's do it again anyway. Who do they think they are? Who do they think they are? Who do they think they are? Who the hell are you?
I think that Harry and Meghan were much maligned. The press and the palace combined together to set the public up against them, to make William and Kate look better. And because there was too much glory going on to them. Do you remember the actual joy after that wedding, where everybody loved them? And that couldn't be allowed to continue because the royal line of succession must continue. The big machine, the big carriage has to go on. I can't imagine that Harry and Meghan would give up their life in California. Why should they? They have a very, very good life. But they can do an enormous amount of good. That because look at Harry's Invictus games. Look at and actually. It's always blame the woman, isn't it? So Meghan gets Meghan has copped it from the start, and I think she has a genuine connection with women and with people, and she's a very smart woman. And you were talking about how they spilled all the royal secrets. There are plenty of royal secrets to come out, believe me, which they.
Yes, she said there's plenty of royal secrets, and which they did not share. That's what she said at the very end there, is that there's plenty of royal secrets that the Sussexes could have shared, but they did not share. They will not share. But for everything that they've said, believe me, the real story of that family is far more interesting than you will ever see in the tabloids or anything else for that matter. Um, Very colorful stories, or as that one reporter said, that there's some very fruity stories out there about William. You remember that? And it seems like everyone seemed to know exactly what those stories were, but they were quickly reminded by one of the people on the panel. She said, none of which that we can discuss at this time. So, whatever it is, it seems to be common knowledge among certain people, but they dare not discuss it, which is okay. I don't care what they do or what they choose not to do. Just leave the Sussexes alone and trust and believe I would have nothing to say about those other people if they would just leave the Sussexes alone. That is the whole point of me being here, is to counter some of the negativity that have come from Clarence House, Kensington Palace, and so on, to counter that narrative. So let me see here. You know, I would love to find that. Let me see. I would love to share that with you, but I don't know how I labeled it, where the reporters were sitting there and they said, oh, yeah, there are plenty of those fruity stories out there. Whatever fruity means. We don't know what it means. You know, and William's business is his own. Let me just say that William's business is his own. But yet, they have a standing army. That's what I call it, a standing army of people that have conjured up so much hostility against the Sussexes. And I hate that there's not enough people to give them the type of vigorous defense they deserve. There's only so much that myself or anyone else can do. But they're at it around the clock. And you know, one of the most potent ways to control the thoughts of people is what you see right there. You see that panel where they're having a discussion? It is very effective. You have people sit there and have a discussion. You never get enough defense for your cause, for your side, for your interest. There's never enough defense to justify having these circle of people like this, because inevitably someone's going to come up short. It's just like around election time. The candidate of your choice may have one person defending them, and sometimes the host, whereas the enemy may have three people. And it's for whatever reason, like, except for Dr. Scholler. Dr. Scholler makes people respect her. But some of those people, when they have these conversations, the left-leaning person could barely get their words in before they're cut off, or they'll talk over them. So I find these discussions with these panels very disturbing. for your mental health, protect your mental health. If you're looking at something like this and you think that, well, this is going to turn the tide, more people are going to vote for this person or respect that person, you'd be wrong. By the time you see something like this, most people's minds are made up already. It's very rare that you can flip someone's opinion because they sat on The View or The Talk or I don't know, Dr. Phil or whichever show. It's very, very small chance that conversation is going to change the tide of the election. What does come out of it is you being very frustrated or depressed or sad or just a bit discouraged because they did not make the points that you wanted them to make, or they couldn't get enough time to finish their words before someone interrupts them. So I have learned to tune these situations out. The ones I share, I usually get those from other squatties. That way it's been vetted already. So I'm not going to criticize anyone if they do enjoy this format, but I'm just saying it can be very dangerous to your mental health because it leaves you feeling frustrated. Yes, exactly. The good guys are usually outnumbered. They're usually outnumbered. Also, oh, you know what? I can give you an example of that right now. Thank you for your comment, Deborah. I can give you an example of that right now. And you know which one it is. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. What don't you get? I mean, just look at the way that they don't even give her a chance to complete her thoughts.
I just don't get it. I don't get any of it.
What do you mean? You don't get what?
I don't get why we're so obsessed with these humans that are exactly the same. Like, it could be us four sitting there. I just don't get it.
But are you talking about what you mean as royals or as like Kim Kardashian? Because for me, they're becoming celebrities.
Well, yeah, to me, that's all they are.
The Queen
is their celebrity.
For me,
I love the Queen.
Brilliant.
I love the Queen.
No,
For duty, responsibility.
She's always
figurehead.
worked really hard,
But
hasn't
I would
she?
work hard if the whole country paid for me to have like 12 houses and work really hard.
But they don't pay for all of the houses. But
Just a few.
And see, what you don't see is that in their ear, there is a producer. That's why they have the earpiece. They're not so smart as they are cunning. The producer has the earpiece. And so they can correct everything that they say in real time if they choose to correct it. Now, if it's something that sounds like it could be true, and it helps to drive whatever agenda that the host or other people on the panel may have that is, like-minded to the host ideas, then they won't correct it. They'll leave it. They'll leave that misinformation out there. So you guys, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm telling you, these are very dangerous for your mental health. It looks like just a bunch of friends and colleagues. Everyone on those sofas are paid. And sometimes the people are paid to take a dive. Meaning, of course, they know they're not going to get their words out. They know that they cannot complete a sentence, but you're just there to give a very passive defense for whatever the cause is. That's why I say these are dangerous. And I don't watch The View anymore. I don't watch most of those types of things. Unless a squatty recommends it, I don't bother with it. I don't bother with it. Very dangerous. That's Nina Miskow, right? I think that's who that is, the lady here. She was the one that said those things. Let me see. No matter, okay. Notice the matter referred to wasn't a misunderstanding for which I apologize. At the time, it is closed. Continue publication of it as anything otherwise is false, knowingly so, and actionable under English and U.S. law. And see what I'm saying? He was mad about that thing about Archie. The very same child the very same child you said must be dangled over the balcony. 4 adults laughing and dehumanizing a child. There's no hell enough for whatever they said. Not a photo of my photo protected by copyright law. Any use of it without my permission is actionable. Just letting you know, and any of you Sussex Squad people intend to use it or adapting it in any way. So I don't know which photo that he's referring to. I don't know which one he's referring to, but if it's his profile picture, who gives a crap? You know, but I guess someone must have done something with his photo, and I didn't get a chance to see exactly how this all started, but I tell you, that is one vicious little pig right there, a vicious piglet. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, when they were still working royals, hold hands on an official tour of Morocco. Oh, I think that's what he's talking about. See there? He doesn't want people using those photos. I don't know how you enforce that, though. Yeah, I don't know how you enforce that, especially on the social media. People routinely use all kind of photos. Now, videos, that's always a thing. But even with that, you do have a right to share it and then commentate on it. So, you know what? I'm just like Stacey Solomon.
I just don't get it. I don't get any of
I don't get it. I don't get any of it. I don't know what he's so triggered about. But you know what? What bothers them is that the Sussex Squad, let me tell you guys something. The Sussex Squad does not have a leader. I'm nobody's leader. The Sussex Squad does not have a leader. We have people that are content creators. We have people that, in some cases, are medical professionals, legal professionals, grandmas, husbands, housewives, whatever. And the whole reason why we are here is because of the constant attacks, vicious attacks on Rachel Meghan Markle, even before she got married. They went after her. The racist comments that they made about her mother and about herself, and even the children. Someone from the British media compared Archie to a chimpanzee. And instead of outrage, They circled the wagons and tried to explain that he didn't mean it. And he still has his job. This man still has his job. But the unintended consequence is that a lot of those people no longer appear on American television. And you know what? Just as I said that, I understand what the problem is. Now I get it. Because Robert Jobson was just on ABC promoting his book. And American networks pay very well. Whatever he got is a fraction to what he used to make on him. He doesn't want to lose that American TV gig. That's what it is. That's why he's so triggered. Now I get it. That's why he's so triggered. It's because he was just on U.S. television. See how that came together? That's why I get it. Okay, now it makes sense. That's why he's so triggered. He was just on American television. You guys don't ever discount your contribution, because if it wasn't for the Sussex squad, God only knows where Harry and Meghan would be right now. If it wasn't for my big mouth, for your big mouth, and everybody else's big mouth, because we would not let them get away with it, because we would not let them tuck her away in some kind of institution somewhere. A very vocal crowd of people from all corners of the earth said, not on my watch. And that's why he's so triggered. Now I get it.
Who they think they are?
Yeah, well, who the hell are you? Now I get it. See how that comes together? If you just look at it long enough, it starts to make sense. Very few of them are still making visits on American networks. And because of the Sussex squad, very limited British reporters. See, this the whole thing about, the Americans, they don't care for the Sussexes. They're team Will and Kate, like hell we are. As an American, your voice still matters where the Sussexes are concerned. So he's walking a very fine line, Robert Jobson. He's walking a very fine line. Omid Scobie is still welcome on American television. And Omid Scobie is definitely Team Sussex. Good luck, Robert. You're going to need it. Good luck. Now it makes sense. Oh, okay. So one of the squatties was nice enough to I don't know if I'm able to say who, but one of the squatties was nice enough to translate this for me. Remember, I was having a fit trying to figure out what Meghan was saying in that letter. It says, with compliments of as ever, a few gifts to share as we celebrate Mother's Day. First, the newest additions to the As Ever signature candle collection, number 506 and number 604, named after our children's birth dates and inspired by each of them. I developed these scents over the last year so that every note meld together to take me right back to a special memory with them. I can light this candle, close my eyes, and I'm right there. Afternoons in the garden picking flowers with Lily, the coziest nights snuggled up with Archie, the memorable moments of motherhood. We've also tucked in some luxurious chocolates made with our friends at Compartes, this time especially for Mother's Day. Enjoy every bite. Though that, oh, I'm sorry, it should be hope. Okay, I did that myself. I added a T to it. Hope that wherever you are and whoever you're with, that you're feeling loved and celebrated. Thank you for welcoming as ever into your homes and for allowing us to not just be a part of your moments, but to be part of your memories. All right, let me take that letter T out of there, that unnecessary T. I got Thope. It should be hope. Anyway, thank you to the person that translated that for me. But when I did a copy and paste, somehow it picked up a letter, but I do appreciate it. Now, I want to share. I'm almost done, you guys. I'm almost done. Am I? Oh, God, I don't think so. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. We're almost there. How cool is this? How cool is this? This is an art installation. It's in a private home. It's in a private home. But an artist, oh gosh, I can't remember where the artist was, but not in the US. An artist sourced all of these boom boxes and put them together to create a very interesting art installation. When I saw this, I thought that this was the most clever thing. I love interesting stuff. And it's not just the boom boxes, but it also has cassette tapes from the 1980s. It kind of reminds me of how people put the clocks from different cities. Well, in this case, there's a bunch of boom boxes from the 1980s. And for you baby boomers, I'm sure that takes you all the way back to a time when you were grown and working and making enough money to have a place of your own. Or if you're younger, maybe you had a boom box back in those days while you were in high school. And you and your friends could sit at the beach or at the park or something like that and play some music. But whatever the case may be, I just thought that was so cool. Right? Me too. Me too. I wouldn't mind having something like that. Although, you know what? I would definitely want it to light up. I would love to have it light up. I would love for it to light up and not play music loud, but just at least one of them could play music. I would love to have all of those lit up in the way that they would have been illuminated when they were brand new, just for the fun of it. But whoever thought of that is a flipping genius. Let me see. Boombox artwork. I'm trying to find it. I see the single boombox, but let me see. I was trying to find a particular artist that did this, but that is so cool. Multiple. Oh well. Anyway, the house, the couple that owned the house, they actually. Oh, you know what? I know how to find it. Let me turn my brain on for about 5 minutes. I hope I don't get a headache from doing that, but let me turn on my brain for 5 minutes. Okay. Ha! Found it. I found it. Is that it? Yes, that's the one. That's the one. It's called 1980s vintage boombox. At least I think that's what they call it. What? No exact match? Sure there is. There's got to be. Okay, it says this is a chance to decorate your house, office, or music studio with something truly unique. A complete collection of 27 original boom boxes from the 1980s. This collection features some of the holy grails, such as I've never heard of these brands. Okay, Sharp, I recognize that one. And the ultra Scandinavian version of Kanyan, whatever that is. I know that's probably a boombox, but I never heard of it before. The collection is in very good cosmetic condition. Not all of them are 100% functional. Most of them have one or two defects. The boom boxes hang on the wall using a discrete piece of metal. These pieces are included. So yes, you could have actually purchased this, but it's no longer available because someone bought it. What I was trying to figure out is how much did they pay for it? 133 inches wide, about 6 inches deep. Oh, you know what? It looks like it was sold for $23,946. That's how much they paid for it. Whoever purchased this paid $23,946.42. Well, you know what? If you can afford it, if you appreciate an artist sourcing these boxes together, I think it's well worth it because that is something truly unique. Very cool. Love it, love it, love it. One of the people went to the Shady Pines rest home. One of those pensioners decided that it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back. Well, it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. So it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Oh, Sophie just didn't have nothing else to wear, did she? It's like she wakes up in the morning and she say, you know what? I wonder how ridiculous can I look today? And then she reaches into that wardrobe and pulls out that. Well, you know what? If she was to ask me, how do I look? You know what I would tell her? I'd tell her, well, you know what? You're going to keep them in stitches. They'll be in stitches when they see you. Why? Why? You know what? We covered this already, so I don't have to do this. We've already talked about it. How they tried to sabotage the Sussexes with the embargo. But these are some of the headlines. They were really trying to sabotage the Sussex squad. I'm sorry, the Sussexes. They were really trying to sabotage them. Especially the fat one. Yes, especially that vicious bowl of Jell-O.
Who do they think they are? Who do they think they are?
Who do they think they are? Oh, put on your CPAP and smoke it. Letty Linton. You guys, I am obsessed. Do you guys know about this movie? Do you all know about this movie? It has not been seen publicly for 90 years. It's been 90 years since this movie has been publicly seen anywhere. For whatever reason, somehow they got into trouble with another studio or the publishing rights or something. And so they have not been able to show this movie. They say it's a good movie, though. Sex and drugs and poison champagne, 90 years on, we can finally see Joan Crawford's wildest film. Well, I hope it lives up to the hype. Letty Linton, a legendary American pre-code drama. Pre-code. Now, when they say pre-code, you know they mean the Hays Code. The Hays Code was a way for the studios to police themselves. That means that movies all of a sudden did not have anything too racy. Like, for instance, movies were a bit, shall we say, risque, and you would see couples, together, and they made it very obvious that there would be fornication happening or something. So anyway, with the Hays Code, it was no longer possible for two adults in the movie to be in bed together. If the man and woman are having a scene in the bedroom, one of them would have to keep a foot on the floor at all time. I repeat, you'd have to have at least 1 foot on the floor at all time. That is the Hays Code. So when they say a pre-code movie, you may see some very risque humor or innuendos. And, that's one of the reasons why Mae West left the movies, because she was getting censored too much. It was because of the Hays Code. So this movie, starring Joan Crawford, was famously lost to the public for 90 years due to a major copyright lawsuit. Because of a copyright lawsuit based on the novel by Marie Bollock Londes, the story follows a wealthy socialite who poisoned a blackmailing former lover, and in a rare cinematic instance of the era, gets away with murder. So the film was withdrawn from circulation on the 17th of January, 1936, after the federal court ruled that MGM had plagiarized the 1930 play Dishonored Lady. This ruling kept the film legally locked in a vault for decades, making it a holy grail for classic cinema fans who could only view lower quality bootleg copies. However, as the play's copyright expired on December 31st, 2025, the legal barriers were finally lifted. So, yeah, no more copyright to worry about. We can watch Letty Linton. Oh, by the way, the movie famously features the dress by the fashion designer Adrian. Let me see. It's called the Letty Linton dress. And this dress became more famous than the movie. I'll show it to you. The Letty Linton dress. You may have seen it before and didn't know what it was. Okay. Gonna share it with you. Give me just a second. I just took a screenshot, but I will share it with you. It's called the Letty Linton dress. And the dress was more famous than the movie. And it's just one of those things that add to the mystique of it all. So the designer Adrian, he wanted to minimize Joan Crawford's shoulders by accentuating them with those huge puffs. So instead of trying to hide them, he played on the idea of it and then some. So the dress is supposed to kind of look like something Edwardian or Victorian. I would say Edwardian. It has that very Edwardian, except for instead of having a big full skirt, it's actually, more tapered. And this dress was reproduced again and again and again. You can buy the pattern. You could purchase it from Sears Roebucks. And women all over the country were wearing some version of the Letty Linton dress. Now, when I say some version of it, by the time it trickled down to the typical housewife, it had a smaller poof on the sleeve and the skirt was shorter and everything. So it wasn't the complete dress, but it was definitely something that inspired. I'll show you right now what I mean by that. How it trickled down to something that everyone could wear. Okay, give me just a second. Don't you guys love when you learn stuff like this you didn't know? I know I do. Oh. Okay. Here we go. Oh, it wouldn't let me use that one. Okay. Give me a second here. Okay, I'll try it one more time. Okay, here we go. You see that? You definitely got the accentuation on the sleeves. And of course, it flares out at the bottom. So that is how most people wore the Letty Linton dress. So somehow it was diffused from this to this, and even with a shorter hem. So again, that comes from this famous movie that has been locked in the vault for 90 years, and we'll finally have a chance to see it. So they're going to have a special screening. I forgot when and where, but they're going to have a special screening of Letty Linton, and you get a chance to see a very Art Deco era, pre-code era movie. Okay. All right. Let me see. What else do we have? Secret of their love story. It's such a secret, we never see it. That's how secret it is. If those two love each other, it would only be in the embrace of somebody they're not married to. They are on an aggressive campaign to try and sell them as a couple again. They just won't give up. They're not going to be satisfied until they make us believe it too. Like, you'll notice that when they were at the event with all of the pensioners, how Kate was kind of hanging on to him. These things are orchestrated. Step 1, make sure you stay together. Step 2, occasionally touch each other's back. Step 3, talk to each other. And last but not least, make sure that Kate puts her hand on his behind so that they could, say that she's doing like Meghan does. Well, except for Meghan doesn't put her hand on Harry's behind. She usually places her hand on his back, like, I'm right here. I'm right here. They want to have Kate give that assurance to William, even though we've seen time and time again where William has kind of brushed her away, or he looked at her like, don't touch me, right? But they're still selling the happy couple. And you know what? If they are happy, God bless them, but I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying it. Oh, what happened, Kate? What happened? I thought you two were in such throes of passion. How in the world did that happen to you? Again. Poor Kate. Poor Kate. Didn't she know that once those kids are what is the heir and the spare? They even got an extra one. Once that happens, is over. Oh, what about this one? What about this one? So much for ideal couple, huh? Okay, I know I got at least one more that I like to share every now and again. Oh, let me see. What is the title of that one? See, I got so many clips, I can never remember the title. I don't know where it is. Oh. Okay, I may not be able to do that one. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is.
I believe this is because she's laughing. Does she laugh?
No. Oh.
No, she ain't laughing. She's trying to talk and he's trying to touch her. No.
Oh, that is an awkward moment.
So it's like, oh.
Oh. What'd I tell you about touching me?
I believe this is because she's laughing. Does she laugh?
No. Oh.
No, she ain't laughing. She's trying to talk and he's trying to touch her. No.
Oh, that is an awkward moment.
So it's like, oh. I believe this is because she's laughing.
Why does it seem like the one girl with the plate there is making fun of her? Huh? Why does it seem like she's making fun of her?
She's trying to talk and he's trying to touch her. No.
Oh, that is an awkward moment.
So it's like, oh.
Awkward. Very awkward.
I believe this is because she's laughing. Does she laugh?
No. Oh.
No, she ain't laughing. She's trying to talk and he's trying to touch her. No.
Oh, that is an awkward moment.
So it's like, oh.
Well. Next question.
See ya. My. Trouble in paradise. Oh. Okay. So this is the last thing I have for you. As you know, I love to just share random information. The world's most valuable food companies, Nestle, $228.9 billion. Wow, no wonder Switzerland is so rich. McDonald's, $214.5 billion. Unilever, $147.6 billion. DoorDash, $108 billion. Well, you know what? I guess that makes sense because they put a lot of people to work. There's a lot of people DoorDashing food all over the place. Wow, whoever came up with that is genius. And I don't recognize that other Mondelez. I don't know what they do. And Hindustan Unilever. They're not the same thing, huh? The Compass Group, don't know it. Chipotle is $57.3 billion. I had no idea they had that many outlets. Now, I don't know how they came up with these figures. I just kind of saw it. Interesting, they don't have Coca-Cola listed there. I'm sure they're worth a fortune. As of 8/5, is that last year? And Hershey, I tell you, I am going into diabetic shock just reading this list. Oh, well. Thanks for the diabetes, the stick pins and the shakes, the comas and the thanks for the memory. Oh, that's terrible. That's that song that Bob Hope used to sing all the time. Thanks for the memories. Da 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 da. Yes, thank you for the diabetes. Thanks for the diabetes. Anyway, you guys, I had so much fun today. I really have. And I'll stick around for a couple minutes to read some of your comments. I'm going to go back to that party today, the one with all the pensioners.
What
do you mean? You don't get what?
Yeah.
I don't get why we're so obsessed with these humans that are exactly the same. Like, it could be us four sitting there. I just don't get it.
But are you talking about what you mean as royals?
I love the
As,
Queen.
like Kim Kardashian. Because for me, they're becoming celebrities.
Well, yeah, to me, that's all they are.
The Queen
is their
for me, is brilliant.
I
For
love the
what?
Queen.
No,
For duty, responsibility,
She's always
figurehead.
worked really hard,
But
hasn't
I would
she?
work hard if the whole country paid for me to.
Yes, I would work hard if the whole country paid me to have like 12 houses. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do yesterday's. I want to share with you those products that are coming out from Meghan, since that's happening later today. I'm embarrassed to tell you guys that I thought that the sale was yesterday. I couldn't understand why it didn't pop up on my screen, and I realized I was there on the wrong day. So, wait. Okay, how come I'm not seeing it? Oh, there it is right there. Duh. Oh, yes, this is it right here. So, not that, this right here. That is the Mother's Day as Ever candy. And of course, the candles, the Archie and Lily candles. The names are actually numbers, and the numbers represent their birthdays. So remember the first candles, the 084, Meghan's year of birth, and the 519, that candle represents the wedding day. And now these represents the children's birthdays. Remember, it will be available if you're in the Central Time Zone, 11 a.m. So that's 9 a.m. West Coast. And I guess, what time is it? 12 p.m. East Coast? Oh, I hope I don't get that wrong. Anyway, don't listen to me. Oh no, it wouldn't be 12, would it? It would be 1. No, not 1. It'd be 12. No, not 12. Yeah, 12. 12 a.m. East Coast, Eastern Time. Anyway, get them while they're hot, okay? Yeah, I heard she could be near the top, considering I have a bar every other day. Okay. Yes, 519 is the best. I'm going to get the other two just to say that I got them, but the 519 is the best. Oh, thank you, Church Nelly. I had fun. Oh, I didn't know that that Anne was here. Hey, Duchess of Success. I'm scrolling back to see what I missed. Ooh, a power outage. Okay. Okay. What am I doing here? I'm doing this wrong. Let me see. Oh, you don't like the baseball dress she was wearing? It's better than what's her name? Remember Camilla wore that barbed wire dress to Germany? She was dressed like she was covered in barbed wire. Charles looked like the Count of Monte Cristo. No, he looked like the Count from Sesame Street. Or some people said he looked like Grandpa from the Monsters. Oh, I know. I hope it happens soon. I really do. I really do hope it happens soon. It's just not easy to scale up and have the same quality. You know what I mean? I noticed that some of the frozen food companies, they advertise small batches. So instead of making this big giant cauldron of a type of whatever, they'll make them in smaller pots and then fast freeze it and sell it. So that way you know that you're going to get the right amount of all the ingredients and everything. Yeah, it's just I think the quality is just better that way. So it does limit what's available, but still there may be a matter of working out copyrights and things like that in other countries. So I do hope you guys have a chance to get those products soon. But yeah, the 519, that is my favorite candle. Out of all the candles, the 519. And I had one of the candles from what is the makeup artist? Daniel is it what is his name? Daniel. Oh gosh, I forgot what his name is. Daniel Martin. That was the first time I've had a candle with a wooden wick. One of the squatties got it for me, and I used that entire candle. It is gone. I even used what was at the bottom. I poured it into something else so that I could stretch it out. But I used the entire thing. So the 519 and I forgot what it's called. Was it called the Noir? I think it was called Noir. Noir Gatto, Black Cat candle. Anyway, that one was a great candle. And the first time I've had a wooden wick, that was new. But it was great because even the wick had a nice scent to it. But yeah, if I really like a candle, I'm gonna burn it all the way, and then I am going. If there's too much left to throw it out, I will mix it with a plain wax, and just so that I can get some more use out of it. The monarchy is on Ozempic. That's like one of my favorite photos is Meghan stepping off the plane with that long coat on. That is one of my favorite photos. Money looks good on Meghan. It just seems like everything is right. You know what I'm saying? Meghan is supposed to have nice things because she curates it so well, and it doesn't have to be anything flashy, but that is the real sign of an elegant woman is when she can take some of the most basic pieces and make them highly sought after and desirable when she wears the clothes instead of the clothes wearing her. that is a gift. As they say, fashion is something that you buy, but taste, you either have it or you don't. You can always buy fashion, but taste is something that you either have it or you don't. And Meghan has exquisite taste, and it shows. Okay, I'm going to say goodnight, you guys. Love you. I will see you all next time. Cheers. God save the content creators.